and just roll it up, light it up. That goods got me going with the wind. Another pull and I'm right back on again. And just take it all in. Walking the straight and narrow cause trouble's too easy to fall in. That goods got me going with the wind. Another pull and I'm right back on again. And just take it all in. Walking the straight and narrow cause trouble's too easy to fall in. We had to cool it now, new edition. The gang's getting bigger, welcome to new editions. Right about now, the F is your new addiction. Trying to catch up on all that you've been missing. Minutes in the Midlands, kept niggas cringing. Living in denial, pulling late night binges. Scared senseless, had them shaking in their timbo. Had my girls get them and slice them up like Kimbo. Gave them a choice, enroll or extortion. Fame don't matter to me, just a fortune. All grown up, can't get shown up. Don't get too fly, get that shit blown up. R.I.P. 7, Bam and Ty Bug. I would bring you back up to this world if I could. As I take it all in, hitting the loud, still walking these streets, and I don't know how. That goods got me going with the wind. Another pull and I'm right back on again. And just take it all in. Walking the straight and narrow cause trouble's too easy to fall in. That goods got me going with the wind. Another pull and I'm right back on again. And just take it all in. Walking the straight and narrow cause trouble's too easy to fall in. We got the right stuff, new kids on the block. It's the changing of the guard, new biz on the clock. We tell them get connected and make them plead for mercy. Your name's in collections, time to reimburse me. Jackie Hill birthed me, Rock Hill pitched in. Bear came and been those damn Hill boys. Since then my life's a reality show. Take a glimpse in, Garnett and Black Gamecock hate Clemson. Mind-blowing sex, but the fact is we're just friends and won't spend another night down in Alvin S. Glen. Got kids, nephews, a crazy-ass family, a closet full of skeletons, a past of insanity. Think then react regardless of situation. Trying to overcome my trials and tribulations as I take it all in. Hitting the loud, still walking these streets, and I don't know how. That goods got me going with the wind. Another pull and I'm right back on again. And just take it all in. Walking the straight and narrow cause trouble's too easy to fall in. That goods got me going with the wind. Another pull and I'm right back on again. And just take it all in. Walking the straight and narrow cause trouble's too easy to fall in.
Rolling back to back cause I'm chain smoking. No name potent, but it got my brain floating. Wouldn't say hopeless, but it's hard staying focused. When I find indulging my best way of coping. Busted wide open, but I ain't long stroking. Hit it too hard and I'ma be the one choking. Take it too far, crossing several lines over. Eyes lower cause it comes straight from the grower. Can't understand the reason I hate being sober. And love when buds are covered in crystals with an odor. Depending how offensive, I might lose composure. And try something quite different that I'm known for. Got me smoking out the white boys. Half-baked Billy Bond Hill boys. Cheech and Chong. The Black Herald and Kumar. It's B.D.U.B and Budha junkie. And you know what's in the jar.
That goods got me going with the wind. Another pull and I'm right back on again. And just take it all in. Walking the straight and narrow cause trouble's too easy to fall in. That goods got me going with the wind. Another pull and I'm right back on again. And just take it all in. Walking the straight and narrow cause trouble's too easy to fall in. That goods got me going with the wind.
Come on baby, just take it all. I've been waiting for too long, you're playing. Cause you know you want it bad as I do. I've been patiently waiting, putting up with your teasing. Now I'm needing pleasing, girl, I got it for you. And you know you want it bad as I do.
Wake up in the morning, how you doing, Miss Parker? And I like them shorts and your body so marvelous. Walking down the street, I can see the way she arching. Baby, what you doing? Let me put this on your conscience. You can tie me up, I could be your hostage. I'ma beat it up, call the cops and robbers. Take it to the head, so she took it to the bed. Started licking on her fingers, started rubbing on her legs.
You got it going on, and you know I'm feeling your style. And the way we spending time together, anticipation's driving me wild. Yeah, you a Leo, I'm a Gemini. We're compatible, so I know you're down to ride. Sexual potential's building. Trying to be respectful, but it's killing me. And you way too touch it, feel it. Knowing you ain't trying to give it up, girl, you be tripping, yeah. Tonight ain't trying to hear it. I know you want it too, so come and get it. Oh, I've been waiting far too long, you're playing. Cause you know you want it bad as I do. I've been patiently waiting, putting up with your teasing. Now I need it pleasing, girl, I got it for you. And you know you want it bad as I do. All I need is a little action. You're so fine like a little Tony Braxton. Halle Berry mixed with Janet Jackson. Baby girl, you mine tonight. All I need is you, girl. Don't leave, just spend the night. All I wanna do is make you mine. Whoa, whoa.
She know about the rules, so she called me Simba. And I know it's wet, that's why I call her Flipper. She pulled out the pole and started dancing like a stripper. And pulled out my stick and started shifting like a picker. I spin that ass around, tell her take a picture. Heard you had a leak, come the plumber with a fixture. Pulled your head back on your neck where I kissed you. I feel you while you tremble, while you blame it on the liquor. I'm a Virgo, you a Cancer. I play Santa, you could be Prancer. Roses on the bed, hear her moaning like a panther. Shorty so official, man, I swear they should've stamped her.
Baby,
Huh?
I've been waiting far too long, you're playing. Cause you know you want it bad as I do. I've been patiently waiting, putting up with your teasing. Now I need it pleasing, girl, I got it for you.
Huh?
And you know you want it bad as I do.
Pessimistic, but I look towards the sun rays. Turn away from the straight fire from gunplay. About to take off and glide across this runway. Got a ticket to the top, it's only one way. Did I picture this happening like one day? Yeah, amongst my homies in the blunt haze. Counting stacks from every which way to Sunday. But Saturday, I'll be back again. With a hope and a dream, make both sides careen. The studio's my court master, hooks like Kareem. And pull the baddest bitch on the campus like Kadeem. I did it my way, Sinatra, Idi Amin. My conglomerate crush your shitty regime. And leave you starving up for sardines and saltines. I'm pulling out my pocket what y'all niggas call cream. And bet your life ain't even worth the lint in the scene.
For my kids, I do this for their future. I do this for everybody logging on computers. You can download this, you can rewind this. All you gotta know is you dealing with the finest. I be rolling up that kush. Somehow it gives me an extra push. I got a vision I make happen. My brain is so elaborate. I design anything from buildings to fabric. God bless me with the talent of the sun, moon, and stars. Everything that I do, I raise the bar. As long as you believe it, you can receive it. Life is what you make it. Mistakes, don't repeat it. Treat others kindly. Don't be grimy. I used to be grimy. Now that's behind me. Learn from your past, get rid of your bad ways, and feel the vibe coming and glow from the sun rays.
Looking brighter than my past. I got $1 in a dream trying to get this cash. I know the haters gon' hate, but they can kiss my ass. Cause I'm way too focused to be dealing with that. I'm the hottest in the city, got the state on my back. And I started from the bottom, but I made it with rap. We let the rappers have their moment, now we taking it back. And I'ma grind all winners, bringing some on back. Yeah, like I never left, getting closer with every step.
For my dream, I sacrificed my last breath. How you gonna hate on somebody that you ain't never met? It's motivation for that, you'll be forever next. And I'm a vet, got the money, power, respect. Bigger connects, got my team getting the bigger checks. Yeah, so get right or get left. You can ride for your homies or die by yourself, nigga.
And we are live.
Hello.
Okay, welcome to the effing podcast.
Welcome.
I am your host, B.D.U.B.
I am your co-host, Kelli Jo.
Budha, 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 Budha.
And we're in the building. As you can see, we are missing one today. Branson chose...
Buns.
Yeah, Branson chose getting with the ladies over the podcast audience at home, so he left us to man the ship.
You know what I mean?
By ourselves while he goes on his
cheeks.
pursuit of cheeks. But we gonna get through the show somehow, some way without Branson being here. But we gonna get started. Let's see. How was your week, Kelly?
My week was great.
Awesome. Did you do anything of significance you wish to share with the audience?
Well, the weekend I did, but the week of I didn't.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And Budha, what about you?
First and foremost, I want to give a shout out to Nouveau Lounge.
Shout out, Nouveau.
And I got to definitely shout out Baddies West Biggie.
Yeah, shout out, Boo.
And her crew.
Yes.
We had a great time.
Had a ball with
You know
y'all.
what I mean? Some of y'all missed a great opportunity to have fun with us. It's all good. You know what I mean? It was exciting.
It was.
Mm-hmm.
And I found out what they meant by baddie shot o'clock.
Yes, definitely.
What is baddie
Bro,
shot
every
o'clock?
time I looked up, Biggie was like, Budha.
Shot.
And they were taking shots?
Nigga.
Yes.
You mean it was some drunk bad bitches?
I'm trying to
Bruh.
tell you, I was one of them.
Oh, man. I should have been. I ain't make it out there. I wasn't feeling good.
Oh,
but
also, I got to shout out my guy, Kingpin, yo.
Shout out Kingpin.
Definitely got to shout out my guy, Kingpin, as well, yo.
Yeah, shout out to Miss Chanel.
As far as my week, man, my week is hectic, doggy. I got kids.
Word.
We got baseball camp. They got football practice. They got parties to attend. Like, man, I don't even have. This is my day. Like Saturday.
Yes.
This is my day. This is my day.
Okay, so
What about you, sir? How was yours?
my week was a week. I can't say it was eventful. I can't say it was uneventful. I'm still employed, which is always a plus.
Yes,
so
it
that's a
Hey.
great thing. I made it through another week of work. Life is good. Could be better, but it's not bad at the moment. So I guess it's a good thing.
Oh, hold on. I don't mean to cut you off.
Yes.
Shout out and much love to my homie,
Yes.
Yes.
Chanel Monet. I'm trying. Woo.
Oh.
You hear me over here? I did that already.
Okay.
Hey,
What's the extra special shout out for?
yo, me and Chanel out here working,
Yes.
Okay.
networking, grinding, trying to create opportunities, and trying to make a space for people to come out that is still what they're looking for. You know what I mean? Like an environment, a good environment that they're looking for. You know what I mean? That's what we doing. You know what I mean? She just had her celebration for her cocktails, the conversations anniversary
Year
party.
anniversary.
You know what I mean? So it's like we just celebrate. Man, we celebrating black greatness, man, black
Yes.
achievements and all that, yo. You know what I mean? We network, entrepreneurs and all that, man. And she's put me in touch with some good people. People that have been asking the people that I should have been met. You know what I mean? So, like I said, I just want to definitely shout her out because
Yes,
she's a
most
good person,
definitely. All love,
and she
boo.
is about her business.
Yes, she is.
And that's what I love.
Cool. Well, shout out Chanel Monet doing her thing, representing. Hey, we got some comments talking about the music lineup was dope before the show. See, I wanted to let it play out, but Budha was rushing me to go live. He was like, man, go live. People don't need to hear that shit. They don't want to hear no music.
No accountability whatsoever. It's always, you know what? Blame Boo. That's cool. I'll wear that.
Somebody else.
I'll wear that.
It's Buddha's fault for He was like, "Don't let the people hear the rest of that lineup of music. They need to hear us now. Cut it off." Hey, we should put together like the effing podcast mixtape or something. 'Cause I got
That'd be dope.
I got well over like 30 plus tracks
And y'all
just
put me on the track
unreleased.
so I can, you know
Easy.
what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Scream
But I
on
can
'em.
Spit, you know what I'm saying? I got bars.
You got
I
bars?
got bars.
Kelli Jo flow.
You already know.
Okay,
See?
you
bars.
are okay. The Lady of Rage.
Yeah, they used to call me that.
Yeah, I definitely believe that.
I saw her on Family Feud.
Who, Lady of Rage?
Lady of Rage.
Wow, what was she doing on? Well, obviously she was playing the feud, but
Yeah, she was up there with Snoop. My bad. She was up there with Calvin,
Yeah,
her
Calvin.
artist and family.
Calvin Brodus, not Calvin from Long Beach, little Calvin, little Crip Calvin.
Yeah, you know it. Calvin up on,
know.
he up on a few Crip walking. You know what I mean?
God damn, man.
Crip.
Well, okay. Let's give our shout outs to our normal shout outs to Eighth and Fancy.
Shout out, boo.
What up?
Yes, for all your adult snacks, you can check out Eighth and Fancy.
Oh,
And of course, Stank Drakes, who still has yet to bless us with another batch of.
I talked to them today.
Oh.
I talked
How
to Date
are
Drake.
they?
They are They're restocking.
Okay.
They
So
are
you come see us
restocking.
when
They
you
are
restock
restocking. So shout
them.
out
We come
Date
looking
Drake.
for you.
That is always a good thing. So, I guess we can get into the show. Despite us having a good week, it was not a good week for a couple of unlucky billionaires who decided to explore
Damn,
the
you laughing
depths.
already? We can't even get through the. Damn.
What?
She laughing already.
I know this
It
was
stupid.
this was a very, very wild story. Just period. OceanGate decided to go to explore the Titanic in the submarine equivalent of a go-kart.
Sounds like a minivan.
Yeah, they tried to venture 2.5 miles deep into the ocean to view the Titanic in a makeshift submarine.
Controlled by a PlayStation controller.
Yeah, basically controlled by the equivalent of a PC controller.
Oh, my
And things didn't end as expected for the billionaires.
For them.
For them. Well, I mean, we
that.
kind of expected
That's
it.
why we don't do stuff like that.
Yeah, but to be fair, the submarine did make the trek, I think 3 or 4 times prior to it. So,
Didn't they say every time there was something
It was-
wrong,
yep.
though? Like,
yeah, I mean, there was something
every
wrong each
single
time, but they actually went down there and were successful before. So,
Yeah, but they also said that their motherboard.
Yeah.
Every time it was a problem with their motherboard.
Yeah.
Once they got to a certain depth, it would go out. So they already knew that.
yeah.
They might come back in later on.
Yeah.
You know, but
That shit started trying to recalculate like ways. Recalculating.
Yeah, but in this situation, there was also I believe, 16-year-old kid on board. So I think it was a total of 5 victims. And yeah, this is just kind of another example of white people trying to test Mother Nature.
It's not even too much money. It's that part. It's trying to test Mother but not being
Nature.
smart about it.
Yeah. I mean, James Cameron actually did do a successful trek of the Titanic in a much more stable submarine.
Stable, sturdy
Yeah.
submarine, not a little
Yeah, so
vessel.
if I spend that much money to go on a trip down there, you think I'm get on something bigger than a minivan?
Yeah.
Like, there need to be luxury. It need to be.
But I don't know if
especially
you
spend
can.
that kind of money.
But that's the thing. I don't know if you can take something a certain size to
It
that
don't have to
depth.
be big. It can still be the same size, but better than what it is. They said people was defecating on themselves and
Yeah.
all that type of stuff for days, you know, like for a while. So,
yeah.
like, it had to be something better, you know. For me to be, if I'm spending that amount of money to do something like that, I want to be comfortable while doing it.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, you just can't gamble in Mother Nature with makeshift vehicles like that. So, you know, it's very dangerous to do. But I was more surprised at kind of the reactions a lot of people were having. My Facebook feed was like an overwhelming different blend of emotions, I guess. And I saw a lot of niggas, that's what surprised me, defending the dude. Like, oh, this is what explorers do, and I think it's heartless to make jokes about shit like this. And I'm like, this is all you can do is make jokes about shit like this because
bring a little humor to it, because.
Yeah, I mean, no, there's a lot of humor involved. I mean, the whole situation.
Nice about it.
Nah, I mean, the whole situation sucks because 5 people died. I mean, that part sucks. But I mean, prior to that, like, the whole thing is laughable, especially when I saw that video they showed of the inside of the submarine and the dude pulled out the little Logitech PC game controller to show you how he controls the submarine. And that's what made me laugh and go, who the hell would get on something like that?
Exactly.
No. Okay. What about the fact that you can't do anything from the inside?
Oh, yeah. You have to
Because
seal it
somebody
from
else
the
control it.
outside.
Yeah.
Because you don't, well, I mean, and that's because of how it's built. You can't risk having a crack, letting in water. So the only way to ensure that is to only have it from the outside.
It was like 17 to
But
19 bolts.
You got one button. What they said? They got one. It was one button in there.
Yeah, it's one button. And
What was that for?
yeah, the
Emergency?
design is not good at all. I mean, the design is terrible, but
I can't.
it's what you do, man. It's like you're dealing with.
You're not connected to nothing besides a fucking internet signal, nigga. Like, word.
And you
that
got to
shit-
think, too.
And the
like,
internet
if you
wasn't
go to
even
the wrong
on.
part of the woods, you don't have a signal.
Yeah.
So if you're going up underwater, you're going up underwater.
And that dude that you're talking about, wasn't he connected to something too?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He had like a rope or some type of, you know what I mean, some type of apparatus.
Yeah. There was supposed to be some sort of apparatus. I don't think it was connected, however. So.
Yeah, the Wi-Fi. That shit.
And allegedly, they were saying that they took off like maybe 5 something that morning, and it took them like 2 hours. They take about 2 hours to get to the bottom.
Yeah.
At 1:45, like an hour and 45 minutes, that's when they started having problems and technical difficulties, right? So there was like when 8 o'clock came, something wasn't right. They didn't contact the Coast Guard or anything until 9 something that night. So those people were down there from that time all the way to that time without people even knowing they were down there. Like, they was like, usually when something like that happens, they want, you want to let them know immediately. Them people were down there for hours. You know what I'm saying? With nobody knowing exactly where they were. I think they was trying to cover their ass before they called for help. You see, it was great. There was another part of it that once they got submerged into the water, that supposedly came off and floated to the top. That's the part that didn't float to the top till like 9 o'clock.
Exactly.
So it was a whole lot with it.
And yeah, so
Didn't they say that? But still, on top of that, they said that thing didn't even last long though.
no,
They said
that
it
was like
imploded
the
early
5th
into
track.
it. Yeah,
That
they
was-
said. But I'm talking about on the trip though. They said that shit imploded early.
Yeah.
Yeah,
into
I
that
believe
track.
it. I believe it. Yeah. That's just proves, man, you can't go into Mother Nature playing around. And I was reading a documentary on this, and they were just saying the air and space will be explored more than the oceans will.
Exactly.
Because you got to deal with the pressure of water.
Exactly.
And you don't have that pressure in the air and space, so you can go a lot further in exploring those. But as far as the ocean, it's crazy. Only like 10% of the ocean or less than 10% of the ocean has been explored.
Exactly.
So you dealing with, you don't know what.
That's down.
It's a final frontier. 90% of the ocean, there's probably animals in there that we have yet to discover that
Don't
are
even
probably
know about them.
that are probably the
They
size
probably ran
of
into the Kraken.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Everything
They're the size of a
ain't
blue
out
whale. Yeah, blue whale and stuff. They're animals that size that have
Or
been
could probably
discovered.
seen that pod and slap that shit around.
Yeah.
What the hell is it? Ping.
Yeah.
Maybe it was eaten by a kraken, and that's what caused it.
crack.
Yeah, exploded. They said it was immediate when it happened. So, I mean, at least they weren't in pain.
They said they didn't suffer.
Yeah, but did you see the stepson to the billionaire who was out at the Blink 182 concert while his stepfather
Enjoying life. He was like, I want no parts of that.
But that was his stepfather. He's like, all that nigga was a wallet to that dude. You're not my daddy. Give me money. That's all you. Give me money. I got to go to this Blink 182 concert. I bet that's what he asked for money for right before they went on the
You
trip.
go down to the seat, Dad.
Yeah, fuck you. You're not my real dad. Give me money, Blink 182, Dad.
Give me your money, Dad.
And then Cardi B called him out on Instagram. Did you see that tweet? Cardi B basically did a tweet where or on IG she was like, if my relative was missing, I wouldn't be at a Blink-182 concert in public. I'd be home, being remorseful and shit. And then the dude responded back, the dude's stepson. He said, "You don't know me, Cardi B. You don't know how I, how I mourn and all this crap."
And that's absolutely right.
You don't go to it's the optics. If your relative is missing.
Not even that. Remember, she just sued somebody for talking about
Tasha
her.
K.
Think about it. She just sued somebody for talking about her because she didn't know what she was talking about.
Yeah.
So, and here you go. You telling somebody what and how they should be doing.
Well, I mean, that's an opinion, what Cardi B said.
I'm just saying.
Cardi B sued Tasha K because Tasha K said a lie that was promoted as fact.
In fact,
Cardi B and Tasha K were actually beefing this past week on Twitter over what Cardi B said. She said Tasha K responded saying something about, "How are you going to criticize this fine young white man?" She didn't say that.
I know she did.
When you were showing guns and shit like a week after old boy got murdered in the Migos, Offset. Wait, which one got murdered? Wasn't it Takeoff?
Takeoff.
It was Takeoff. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So she said, "How are you going to criticize him when you were showing guns a week after Takeoff was murdered?" And Cardi said, "We're rappers and, we're high security individuals, which is why we were showing the guns." And then from there, Cardi said, "I'm going to make sure I take all your money and the money you're hiding in Africa and make sure your kids aren't able to go to college." That's what Cardi said, and that was kind of the end of the beef.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but I mean, Tasha K set herself up. You don't really spread. She had ample opportunities to retract her statements and the rumors, and she did not. She doubled and tripled and quadrupled down on the rumors. So Cardi put her in a place to sue her.
She do that though.
Yeah,
she wild.
That's what she do.
Yeah. Hey, play that game.
All for entertainment.
Yeah, now you owe her $4 million,
I think.
Yeah, and they coming for her house and everything. Yeah, so that's not good. But yeah, that's OceanGate. So I guess they're still looking into charges. I don't know who they're going to charge. I thought everybody was dead, but apparently there's people at the actual company that can, I guess, be charged.
I'm sure they
with
signed
something.
a waiver, but they're going to.
Yeah, they signed a waiver. That's the thing. Everybody knew there was a possibility that they could die, and they signed a waiver stating and saying they understood that. So I'm really not sure. These are billionaires, so somehow, some way, there's going to be some suing going on, and somebody's going to get sued because there's always blame to go around when a billionaire dies unexpectedly. So
ain't that what happened with the Titanic?
Yeah.
People drowned in the same water that y'all drowned in.
Exactly.
Trying to see the boat that they died on.
This is Titanic, the remix.
Yeah, it's a Titanic 2. It's a Rich Billionaires 0 in terms of matchups. So I definitely think there's somebody's got to take the blame, and I don't know who, because there's basically nobody you can really blame that's still alive. And
if a waiver was signed, y'all signed it. Y'all signed y'all life away. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much. Or anything that can come from it.
Yeah, so we'll see how this plays out. But I think the one lesson we can learn is don't go to the Titanic in the submarine equivalent of a go-kart. If you can go to Home Depot and buy the parts, the main parts, I don't think that's a submarine you want to get in. I don't barely trust those miniature houses Home Depot sells, let alone a damn submarine that would venture 2-point-something miles deep. But, we're going to keep moving along. Speaking of drowning and being thrown under, we can discuss Russell Simmons.
I like how you did that.
Yeah. Boy, I don't know who to believe in this situation, but I think Russell Simmons was thrown under the bus. I just think, so for those that don't know, Russell Simmons, I guess it all started with one of his daughters shouting out his wife, Kimora Lee Simmons, in a Father's Day post on Father's Day. And then Russell responded in a separate tweet saying he wishes what did he say? He said something along the lines of he wishes his family could be close and everybody wasn't disrespectful on Father's Day. So that turned into, I guess, a little miniature beef where Kimora Lee went live and was just saying that Russell Simmons is crazy, claims he's been harassing her. She wants him just to leave her alone. She just wants him to leave her and the kids alone and just move on with his life. And that's the accusation. And then from there, his daughter went live, claiming that his dad, her dad was crazy. He was stalking and harassing her and her mother. And then I was kind of feeling bad for old girl because I don't know Russell Simmons. I kind of felt like maybe he did it, maybe he didn't. But then she played a video of Russell Simmons yelling, and the video had no audio. And to me, that was suspect. So I don't know what exactly is going on. Did you see this play out, Kelly?
I didn't see this.
Okay. Yeah, so basically that's what's going on. Russell Simmons ended up writing a long-ass post about just how he's broke. From my understanding, he sued his ex-wife, Kimora Lee Simmons, for she took half of the stock that they owned together.
With the Rush card and the Baby Fat card and all that stuff.
Yeah. So basically, she took $44 million worth of stock out of the stock account they had, and she used that money to prevent her current husband from going to jail. It was bail money. Basically, that she used the $44 million for. So Russell Simmons basically sued her, saying that was our money, and you took $44 million of our money without telling me. And what ended up happening was Russell Simmons had to end up paying for the lawsuit. He lost. The judge was saying basically that she had a right to the money, but morally she should have informed Russell of her moves. So. Yeah. Basically, morally it was apprehensible, but legally she was in the right to do it. So basically, she did all this for a white Pookie Ray Ray of their white community. To vilify the black man. Yeah. Not a Pookie Ray Ray. Yeah, she took $44 million to prevent her husband from going to jail. So yeah, he's a Pook hard Raymond. I don't know the proper term for white people, but yeah. So that's how the story played out. I don't know who to believe in this situation because I know Russell Simmons has been known to do sleazy shit from back in the day. I don't know how much of it is true or not. I mean, I definitely believe he was a sleazeball, but he's also the man that created Def Jam. And more importantly, he's the author of some books that I actually read and enjoyed thoroughly, particularly the one on yoga. So, I don't know if Russell Simmons is guilty or not. I just know the way that they're handling it because I feel like Kimora Lee and her daughters are wrong for discussing this publicly. I don't know what the situation is, but if you're in danger, you need to go to the authorities.
That's the main thing about all of this, yo. Yeah. Like some of these personal matters, like this inner family drama, this should not come out for everybody to see. This should not be playing out in social media.
Yeah. I don't agree with it playing out in social media, and I also believe there's a way to handle it without going to social media. Like I said, if you're actually in
anymore, everything is on social media.
If you're in danger or something like that, you need to go to the authorities, and if it's a legal issue, you need to handle it with attorneys. But I don't believe in airing out your relatives, even if the situation is dire. The only way I could see myself doing that in a situation is maybe if I'm unable to reach that person, I would go out, do a live, hoping that they could see it or somebody could forward it to them. But other than that, I don't believe in airing out your dirty laundry with your relatives, no matter how bad it is, until it gets to a point where you get to write a tell-all book and then you can make a couple billion off of that. I believe the tell-all book is your kind of pass to talk that shit. You know, all that shit you've been holding in those past decades, that fuck shit, that's what a tell-all book is for. But you shouldn't be doing it for free in a tell-all Instagram post. So I think that's wrong. Also, speaking of which, another thing that's wrong.
What else is it, Dub?
We had an issue this week. I have an issue with Larsa Pippen now getting granted 50% or half of Scottie Pippen's NBA retirement pension.
Every man should have an issue with that.
Oh, see, no, I don't even like that.
Yeah, so now Scottie Pippen was in the NBA, 16, 17 years. You know, he didn't get as much money as he should have got. That's first and foremost.
He's an iconic name. I know.
Yeah.
He's an iconic name when it came
Yeah,
to
if Kelly Jo knows who you are, you're
Chicago Bulls and Jordan and everything. all of that
Kelly
stuff.
don't
He's one
know
of those
anybody.
names. Larry Bird, he's one of those names.
Yeah, okay. So see, as long as you know he's a household name. I think it's safe to say Scottie Pippen is a household name. Yeah, so Larsa Pippen now is smashing Michael Jordan's son and getting half of Scottie Pippen's NBA pension. And I think that's cold-blooded. And if you're Scottie Pippen, you can also use that 50% to, you know, I would hire Jason Williams of the New Jersey Nets. You know, the one that not the one who was drafted by the Bulls.
Yo, you leave the Nets out of this, and you leave Jason Williams alone too.
No,
you leave the Nets and him alone.
That was his best shot.
And his motherfucking chauffeur. You leave everybody alone.
No, well, I wish Jason would have left his chauffeur alone. We wouldn't have a story. For those that don't know, I don't know what year was that, 2000, 2001? Because people
it was a long time ago. Leave him alone.
Okay, the NBA. Let me tell them the backstory. Let me tell them the backstory on Jason. Jason Williams. He was a power forward with the New Jersey Nets. He is playing around with a shotgun, I think, in the year 2000, 2001, and it went off killing his chauffeur.
I remember that.
Yeah, and then he tried to cover it up, saying the chauffeur committed suicide. So that's the backstory on that one. So yeah, you know that was Scottie Pippen's homeboy, and you know, he could do the same. You know, I'm not advocating anything. No OJ, no Chris Benoit, no what is it? Phil Hartman. Well, no, that was his wife. I'm not advocating that. I'm not advocating what happened to Steve McNair happened to Larsa Pippen. I'm not advocating that at all.
You really brought up Chris Benoit to you cold-blooded.
Chris Benoit.
You are cold-blooded.
I'm not saying that. No, I'm just bringing up people. I'm bringing up people Scottie Pippen should not be like. There should not be anything whatsoever of that nature. Because then that 50% wouldn't go to her. It'd just have to go back to Scottie or maybe his children. That's why I'm not advocating for him to do anything along the lines of what Chris Benoit did.
Damn.
What? I'm not advocating for him to do what happened to Steve McNair. I'm saying that would be wrong. What's the old boy, the football player who jumped on the back of the pickup truck? His wife was driving and he fell off and died. Well, him. I'm not advocating Scottie be like that and do crazy stuff like that. That's wrong. So I don't know how you handle that, but that's cold-blooded. She gets
yes, you are cold-blooded.
No, she's cold-blooded. I'm not advocating for any of that. I'm just saying, you know, somehow, some way, you know, Scottie might want his 50% back. I don't know. I don't know how that works, but yeah, we pray for Scottie because Scottie don't deserve this. Scottie's a pretty good dude. All he did was cheat on her a couple times, that's all. But he gave her a couple kids, so she's set for life, regardless of whether she got his pension or not. That's cold-blooded.
Cold-blooded.
If I was, yeah. You know, if Scottie could sniff her up in his nose and she'd be a missing persons report, you know.
The effing podcast, like and share.
So, I mean, I don't know how Scottie's going to handle that, but, you know, hey, handle it how you do. Speaking of things going left,
to the right?
Yeah, we had Nicki Minaj and her husband. What isn't her husband's name? Kenny or
Kenneth Petty.
Kenneth Pettiford or Petty?
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway,
Predator. Huh?
Yeah, Kenny Predator. So anyway, Nicki Minaj went in December of last year and bought a $19.4 million house. Is it in California? Where'd they say it was at? Well, anyway, it's a $19.4 million mansion. It's really nice. And now all the neighbors have gotten together to sign a petition to get Kenny's predator ass up out the neighborhood. And, this is one time where I kind of got to roll with the neighbors. Once you align yourself with a sex offender, I don't know if I can say that on YouTube because it triggers the algorithm. So an offender of a sexual kind. But
predator.
Yes, perfect predators. Because the algorithm doesn't know if we're talking about child predators or like the movie Predator, Alien Predator. They don't know if we're talking about immigrants or science fiction. It's all the same to the algorithm. But, this is one time where I agree with the neighbors. I'm sure somebody in that neighborhood has children. I know they're ordered to stay X amount of feet from the children. And when you have a $19.4 million mansion, that just means stay on your property. I'm sure as long as you're in the middle and not at the edge, it's not violating any terms.
You can go buy some acres anywhere.
Yeah, you can.
The whole thing
you're going to have to.
Because they have a child.
Oh, yeah, they have a child.
How does that work?
I guess.
If he's a sex predator and they have a child, you don't need to be around his child, right?
No, he technically doesn't. That's like bringing your work home.
That's anybody. It don't matter who it is, you got money or not. If you are a predator and you do some stuff with children or anything or anybody, and you have to register in any neighborhood in the U.S., you have to register as that.
Yeah, I agree with that.
There are places that don't want you there, so that's something that you have to figure out yourself.
Yeah.
Because you got to go.
And I agree with that. You put yourself in these positions. Why did Nicki Minaj choose to align with this guy out of all the people? Is still confusing me because she had Lil Wayne, Drake, all these dudes hollering at her, and she chose to go with the Predator.
He probably wasn't the entertainment.
Yeah, well, there's plenty of non-entertainment. She could have got a garbage man. She could have married Rock.
Hey, I'm just saying.
And every time she come home, she hear whoa, 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 whoa. When she walk in the door, that was a great TV show. Yeah, so she could have married a blue collar guy, and she wouldn't have to face none of this scrutiny that she's facing with this predator. But she chose to deal with this guy, and she's gonna have to accept the consequences. And that's got to be a slap in the face to go from like multimillionaires like Wayne and Drake wanting to mash you to a predator, child predator.
Oh, and me.
Yeah. I'm like, how do you fall off that bad that that's your only option? And when millionaires want you. And the sad part is she probably chose that dude under the belief that he wasn't going to cheat. But now he's going to cheat on it. It's just going to be underage who you cheat with.
Terrible.
Because he's a monster. What, you could say it? The algorithm doesn't know the difference.
He'd be a Butler.
Oh, he's in Butner?
He will be.
Oh, yeah. Is that where a lot of them predators are?
We do have somebody there. He'll be right there beside her. They'll be singing together. He'll be rapping her parts. He'll be singing a song. We'll do it like that.
Oh, man.
Got a whole album.
Yeah.
Best of both worlds.
Yeah. So
rewind.
Yeah. Penitentiary.
I bring up Nicki Minaj for a very important reason because she is somebody very rich who has a lot of options in terms of picking up people. And this is the person she chose, even though she knew she was a public figure and her rep would take a hit. This is the person she chose. This is the person she wanted to have a baby with. This is the person she wanted to get married to and align herself legally with. And this is the cost of what happens. Drake wouldn't have been kicked out of the $19.4 million mansion.
He just cried all the time.
Hey, that's a lot less embarrassing.
Nicki.
And to be real about it, if Drake and Nicki Minaj were together, the mansion would probably be twice that. $30 million mansion because Drake needs his space too. So he have his own wing. That's my dream. My dream is to own a mansion
Wipe your ass for you,
and just chill in one wing. That's it. Just give me 1 or 2 rooms and my family, whoever's there, can have the rest of the mansion. Just give me my 1 or 2 rooms and my own personal bathroom. And that's my dream. And then no matter how big my house is, everybody else can have the rest of the house. Just stay out my studio, my weed stash.
Take the west wing because I know that's where the master bedroom is.
Yeah, I'm one of those
Put me
people.
on the west, I'm fine.
And I have a bunch of people living with me, but I'll be the biggest asshole if you go into my room.
I'm trying to tell you, stay off
That's
the west.
that's the one room you can't go into. That's where the bodies are.
I learned that from baddies.
Mm-hmm. Okay, speak. Okay. I bring up Nicki Minaj's choice in husband because it kind of veers into our next topic of Umar Johnson. Was on a podcast this last week. I forgot the name of the podcast. I'll probably remember it when I edit it, and I'll add the name in somewhere around here. But in it, Umar was basically saying we as black men have to be the leaders of the community, and we have to be the ones to take the issues in the black community and resolve them. Also, he was speaking on regards to black women, saying the reason that they were masculine and the reason that they have to be so tough is because we as black men have been giving them nothing but pookies and ray-rays to aspire to, which to me, and so he was just basically saying it's on us as black men to resolve all the issues in the black community, even the ones women create for themselves. And, first and foremost, I think Umar was half right. I do believe we as black men are responsible for getting our community together, both men, women, and children. However, the issue I had was when he started discussing how women's choices are our problem as well. Because I think what Umar did was the same thing a lot of white supremacists do, and that's to judge our entire race off our worst. So he took the Pookies and Ray Rays and said, these are all the women have to pick from, and excluded black men such as myself, who are college-educated, professional black men, childless, doing all right in life. I always got to throw it in. This is not just a podcast. This is me advertising. I send this out to women I talk to so they can hear my voice and see how wrong I really am at relationships. But
bars.
Yeah, I'm honest. But I felt Umar was wrong because, like I said, he excluded a whole group of black men that women do have to pick from, whether they choose to do it or not. But he judged us basically off the worst of us. And I believe women are free to pick who they choose. And I use Nicki Minaj as a perfect example. This is a woman who had multimillionaires to pick from, and you see who she picked, and you see how it's bringing her down. And I also feel like a lot of women do this just on a smaller level.
Okay, what I think is, when it comes to the masculinity in women and how women have stepped up to become, a little more masculine than some men sometimes, it's because of the things that women have been through. If you notice, it's a lot of single black mothers. It's a lot of women that have to step up and do the mother and the father role, which automatically makes them a little more masculine because they have to step up to do this, And it don't always, it could be the college-educated men, too, to do this to certain women. So it's not just because you have a certain amount of education, or you might be a Pookie or a Ray Ray or a college graduate. It's just all in how women are treated. You got to think a lot of women have been raped. A lot of women have been through things that make them become a little more masculine, so these things don't happen to them. So when it comes to this in a relationship, when a woman is being a little more masculine, it's that right man that's going to bring that down in her to make her feel comfortable where she don't have to be that. So it's not necessarily, and when it comes like the community, black men are leaders. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of young people that look up to black men as leaders. So if they don't see it, a lot of black men stepping up, being a leader, showing the right way, it's not going to happen. They're going to continue to do the same things they've been doing. The man has always been the leader. But now it's like women are leading because they have no other choice but to. They have to, get a little more masculine a little bit to get some things done because.
But still, wouldn't that all go back down to choices?
I mean, it could be choices, and some choices some people don't have. Some people, women don't have that choice.
Women have that choice.
No, everybody has a choice. Well, not everybody, but for the most part, people have choices who they choose to procreate with. You know what I mean? Like,
some things happen sometimes.
No, but
I get it.
But that's my point. Even though some things happen, it was the choice, and then that winds up where we are today.
Exactly.
My whole thing is, I don't see how you can blame that on just black men. Like, that's not,
I say men, period. It's not, just black men, because
I'm saying that's just a fault of where we live or how we live in general. But it's not like, yeah, it's the black man's fault. He got locked up. He can't do this. He ain't doing that. That's crazy to me.
Yeah.
That's crazy to me. That it's a man's fault that a woman has become masculine.
Yeah.
Like, to me, that sounds absurd.
it's all in like some things women have been through.
Hey, look.
And like I said, it don't have to be necessarily a gangster, or it don't have to be, a lot of black women choose black men, so that's what it's gonna be. You know what I'm saying?
But
so if they're seeing, if, like I said, black women choose black men a lot of times. So that's what they're used to. So.
But I've seen some major fall offs. Like, I've been in this city of Raleigh damn near 20 years. So now I've hollered at women 10, 15 years ago that, weren't interested in me, which is cool. I'm not one of them dudes that think because I like you, you're supposed to automatically like me. But with that being said, some of the men that they've gone on and met after me and had babies with were very much downgrades to where the dude just left them. And I'm just sitting there like, you could have had a better life. Not necessarily with me, but someone like me who was middle class or more responsible. Like, those dudes hollered at you. You did have that opportunity, and you chose to go with this guy.
Yeah, but maybe
I can't do anything about your choice.
Middle class guy, you know what I'm saying? Just because he's that does not mean, like, our personalities may be different.
Exactly.
Just because he's middle class or higher in education don't mean he won't do the same thing that these other men have.
But he will be. But the thing is, even if he is a deadbeat, if you take him to court, you're still going to get more money out of him because he, of course, has a reputation to keep. Yeah, but he's not going to want to be.
The money, though.
It kind of is if you're not going to be together.
No, a lot of the times, when like you said, Ray Rays and whatever, the niggas ain't got no money.
That's what I'm saying.
So it's not that she's aiming for the nigga with no money or the nigga with the money.
But she should.
It's not always the case.
But
she's aiming for, love, stability. Sometimes they give you this in the beginning and you think it is what it's gonna be, but people switch up. When they switch up, they change, they leave, and they do shit. So that means us as women have to pick ourselves up. You know what I'm saying? Because we done fucked up. We done made the wrong decision, which happens a lot. But we have to pick ourselves up to raise this child the best way we can, being mother and father. You see what I'm saying? So that's how that comes in. So it don't necessarily have to be how much you make.
But, I think that should be a factor into how you date. If you're planning on procreating and having a long-term relationship with somebody, you have to look at what they're bringing in. I can't date a woman right now that's unemployed. And even though I could personally take care of a woman where she don't have to work, I need to see that she can bring in money.
But on top of that, what it sounds like overall is that basically you just fucking and procreating just for looks.
Yeah, that's what it does sound like.
About stability or love or nothing like that.
Sometimes it happens.
They look
sometimes
good.
There's a lot of accidental births out here.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, I'm at a point like I don't even want to have sex with a woman who's a bum. Like, I don't want to deal with a bum and a bum ass female in any way, shape, or form, even if it's just for sex. I'm at that level now where you got to have a job. You got to have something going on in your life because of the risk of procreation. The condom could break. And now I'm stuck with a ratchet-ass baby mom. I've been in that situation before. It's the worst situation in the world. That's why I learned from that.
That scarred you, Dub.
You damn right that scarred. That scarred the fuck out of me.
You are so scarred.
I remember this nigga had all type of baby toys in the house and in the back in the shed and shit.
That shit was mentally scarring. Yes. So and you notice I only make the same mistake once. I ain't never had that issue again. Because the Jimmy's on extra tight, and I only fuck with women who have shit to lose. That's how you do. I can't deal with no bum ass chick. If you ain't got a car or, I got to have the same standards for women that they have for dudes. You got your own place, you got a crib, you got a car, you got a job. Can you make enough money to live your life? And yes, then you've earned my dick. Congratulations. That's what it is. You don't just throw it around. It's not it's not a tool of destruction. It is a tool of pleasure and happiness, and not every woman earns that right.
On a gold platter.
Yes. So, you got to treat. Exactly. You got to treat. Sometimes I
present my nigga Branson that. Yo, shout out Branson.
Sometimes I present my dick on a little red gold, the little velvet pillow.
Because that's on it.
Yeah. You know how those engagement rings come in those little boxes? I put my dick in the box.
Now they got lights on them now too, right?
Exactly.
So you make sure it's shining light.
Yeah, because that's how much I value. You can't just be slinging this anywhere. Yeah. Every woman, the bottom of every woman's pussy hole doesn't deserve to get touched. Come on. That's only for special women that have met all the requirements. And if she can do that, congratulations.
You would go to the bottom of her ocean.
Yes. Well, I will explore that Titanic. You damn right.
He will be the vessel.
I will implode in that pussy and go to depths no other man have gone to. Yeah, so I mean, that's my view. Everybody has a decision. You have a decision to make a baby with a female version of a Pookie and a Ray Ray. You have an opportunity to make a baby with a male Pookie, Ray Ray.
I got 3 little Buddhas. They all assholes.
Yeah, but I mean, you're not a Pookie and a Ray Ray. You're a Buddha, which I don't know if that's worse than a Pookie or a Ray Ray.
Exactly.
But hey, everybody had choices.
You know my middle.
Yeah. So, with that being said, I think it's something to think about with what Umar said, because I do want to go back to the first half. I do feel we as black men are responsible for rebuilding the community.
Yes.
But I also feel like women need to play an integral role in at least being mascots, because men want that motivation to go forward and know that we have somebody in our corner we're fighting for.
And the key word was mascot. We don't need anybody that's going to match our masculinity.
Yeah, we just need somebody cheering us, and that's what it is. One thing I tell women is, how can your son respect men if you don't? So it's very much big on how you respect men and how they see you respect men, because a lot of men, if they don't see women respecting, if they don't see their mothers respecting men, then they themselves aren't going to have respect for the authority of men.
They see men disrespecting women, and then that's something totally different too.
Well, yeah, that's a completely different. Yeah,
just like if you grew up in a household where your parents fight all the time. You know what I'm saying? The child sees that, they, I ain't gonna say feel like it's okay, but it's what they're used to, so they're gonna go into that same toxic situation when they get into it.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of times you see the father beating on the mother. They see that, and that's what they're gonna do to their next person. That's what they see. Mm-hmm. So it's not always, it goes both ways. It's not always,
Yeah. Interesting. Well, it's definitely something to think about, and I'm sure Umar will be discussing this well into the month of July. Because he dropped some gems that I agree with, and he dropped some stupid shit I don't agree with.
As usual.
Yeah, but that's Umar in general. Sometimes you agree with him. Sometimes you think he's clearly a nut job. But, again, that's both sides of Umar.
And that'll determine how many lashes we'll get.
Yeah. You know what I think it is with Umar? I just think he's a really bright dude. He just don't know shit about women. That's really what it is. He turns into Jared Jackson whenever it's time to talk to women.
It's not... I don't think it's that. I just think with like a lot of other shit, certain men, they just have preconceived notions of what, or stereotypes, I'll say, or biases about what women are like, or most or all women are like for them, or should be for them. But that's, what I mean? That, like I said, it's different, man. It's just different.
Yeah, I agree. Well, gonna probably start winding it down. There is one other issue or topic I do want to cover.
What's that?
The NBA draft happened, and it was a very big deal. This was actually one of the highest rated NBA drafts in history of television.
And a lot of movement. As
A
you,
lot of moves. Kelly, did you watch the NBA?
I did not.
You don't even care, do
so you don't even give a damn, huh?
I really don't.
She got to wait till these niggas is all stars. That's when she'll care.
Hell, I probably won't run into him then either. So hey.
Well, one of them is a Pookie Ray Ray. I could tell you the number 2 pick. He's
Like, I don't want a Pookie no Ray Ray.
Oh, we've talked about him before too.
Yeah.
That's the one that was down
From
in
Alabama.
That had the gun charge with his homie. You know what I mean?
I know what you're talking about.
so
To
kids.
the league though.
You can you can be a thug and still be the number 2 pick in the league.
And like the ill shit though. There are some niggas coming in this draft. Like
there's some real hood ass niggas.
I don't know if it was the imagery or what, yo, but so I love it, yo. I'm not even gonna front. I love it.
Yeah, there's
Get
some
your
real
money, young fellas.
Yeah,
Get
there's
your
gonna
money.
be some
But
hood
stay
ass.
out of trouble, man. Just get your money and stay
I
out
hope
of
John
trouble.
Morant was a lesson for all the upcoming rookies to come into the
They should
league.
have Ja Morant speaking to all these kids right now.
Yeah,
Right now.
like here's how to not fuck up in the NBA.
Yeah. And what was the other chick? The Renner? What was the one that was trying to talk to the football players when Deion was at Jackson State?
You're gonna have to.
The chick, remember he brought up like, yo, these are the type of chicks you got to watch out for.
Oh, who? Brittany Renner.
Yes.
Oh, Brittany Renner was there.
No, that's one they need to have. She needs.
Oh,
to be
she
speaking
need to
to
be
these,
there,
bro.
I got you.
These some niggas they bringing.
No,
in
she needed to be there for Zion's draft class. Trick ass nigga. That's your boy, but yeah.
Shout out SC.
I was excited about the NBA
South
draft.
Carolina,
You got
stand up.
Victor Wembanyama going number 1, and he's a Spur, so that means he's going.
He is an anomaly.
Wembanyama.
He is 7'5". He is
7'5".
His name is like he's 7'5".
From France.
Oh yeah, makes sense.
And he can ball.
He can. Well,
But I
I
think
hope
it's just
so.
because
He's a generational talent.
yes, like that boy is special.
Yeah, so
You know,
he's
he's
pretty
special.
tall. He's 7'5".
They know Charlotte should have got that first pick though. It's all good.
That's a tall boy. Fuck, boy.
Charlotte can't. Charlotte is when Charlotte had the first pick. Have they ever had the first
No,
pick?
man, we would have fucked it up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, ooh, let's get Scoots. Yeah, but Charlotte got number 2. Yeah, so number 1 pick Victor Wembanyama is going to the Spurs. Is that Branson?
Look, and you know he got buns because he coming in with somewhere where he don't even work at.
Yeah, did you
we're
break it
live
up for
on it.
everybody?
Oh, this nigga.
You see what I'm saying? He come in with
He
somewhere
come
where he
in
don't
with
even work at.
Bonefish Grill.
That shit.
Branson has Bonefish
At the
Grill.
end of the show.
Whatever,
Did he
man.
bone
Think
some
about it, see
fish?
how you do?
No, we're not done. We just started like a half an hour ago. We were waiting on you.
I mean, we thought you were going to show up.
Yeah, for
On
those
time, at
watching,
least.
Branson just walked in the
He
building.
brought us bonefish.
And he came in extra late saying, "Oh, I thought the show was over." Like we
Ain't
don't
that a nigga
rock
for
this
you?
late.
Ain't that a nigga for you?
Yeah, and didn't bring no food for anybody else but himself. It's from Bonefish Grill.
He shut us out. You see that?
Yeah,
It is
so
what it is.
he been at work. No, you ain't been at work, nigga. Your job closed like 3 hours ago. We know. Well, anyway, Branson came in the building.
And he just shut us down.
Yeah. Talking about the NBA draft, Branson, luckily, this is the one topic you might know something about. We were discussing Victor Wembanyama.
Wembanyama.
I'm going to learn it. I'm going to learn it by the end of this season. Wembanyama.
Bam yama.
We're going to... Look, I'm one of them people. Once I hear them say it on ESPN and Fox Sports enough times, I'll be able to say it properly. So I'm not.
You know
too
they're gonna
good.
give him a nickname.
Yeah, but so yeah, your boy Brandon Miller went to the Hornets, number 2. He's gonna be a small forward with LaMelo. Scoots, Henderson?
Scoot little hood ass.
Yeah, he's super hood. That nigga's going to Portland. And
You got the twins.
yeah, then you had the twins, Amen, what's their names? Thompson.
Amen and Asur.
Isn't that their last name, Thompson? Mm-hmm. Amen Thompson. And
Yo, shout out to their family because he gave them some strong black
Yeah, that's some shit for brothers to
And
go.
they're twins?
Yeah, they're
Yes.
twins. They're identical twins.
They're playing on the same team.
And them, nah.
Well, they did up
used to.
until the draft.
And them boys can ball.
Yeah, so one was
Remind me
drafted
of the Morris brothers, the Morris twins.
number 4 by who was it?
But
Houston.
a little more gifted.
Yeah, by Houston, and the next brother, and the brother was drafted directly after him. So the 4th pick and the 5th pick were twin brothers.
Okay.
That was pretty cool. Oh yeah, them parents is gonna be.
I hope to be in that.
You know, if I was the dad, I would freeze the sperm just in case you could make money off that shit. Get you an
Freezer
NBA.
babies.
Hell yeah. So the NBA draft was good. Your boy Amani Bates went to Cleveland in the second
Late.
round, which I thought was crazy.
Late. A lot of teams skipped over him. And dude, you know who waited a long time too though? To go Marcus Sasser from Houston.
Yeah, he should have gone earlier. Yeah.
Wow. That's bro. It was a hey.
Gonzaga.
Who Timmy?
Timmy didn't get drafted.
Hey man, he'll still pop up.
Yeah, so
He'll still pop up.
no.
Bro, he'll still pop up because what
Yeah.
happens is they end up still
Quality
going
bigs.
for them. You know what I mean? They'll just call him in anyway. Like, yo, I know you were still sitting in the locker room or you were still out there in the lobby. You want to come try out anyway? Just see if we fucked up.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. So
G
that
League
was
or overseas.
Yeah, that was a very exciting NBA draft. I ain't gonna lie, I enjoyed it. I really like some of the suits. They were
Shout
wearing.
out to my guy Grady Dick.
Grady Dick. Yeah, Fat
Rock
Joe
chalk.
had the most pause-worthy moment of the entire draft. Talking about Fat Joe.
Oh Lord.
When he talking about, I like Dick from Kansas. I'm like, no, bro, you got to say his full name.
You got to.
You got to say Grady
You
Dick.
got to say Grady first, yo.
You can't just say, I like Dick from Kansas. That's what he said.
But that's my guy.
Sounding like
Rock
Fat Joe,
chalk.
sounding like he enjoys that Wichita wood.
Lord of mercy.
Yeah, that was an interesting. I'm waiting for Summer League. Summer League is going to be exciting.
Yes.
I want to see
Victor
Summer
gonna play
League.
1, maybe 2 games, and that's that.
Yeah, I don't think Victor's going to play at all.
Oh, he's
Summer
gonna play
League.
1. He's gonna at least play 1, maybe 2. Because you got to see.
Yeah,
You got to see him.
yeah. Didn't LeBron have to play Summer
He
League?
played 1, I think.
Yeah, and this is supposed to be the greatest prospect
one, you
since
shut him
number.
down.
I don't like how they throw that around because they said the same shit about Zion. He was a generational
Well, he
talent.
is.
Well,
We
yeah.
can't help it if he got down there and couldn't get off the gumbo and porn stars. Like, we
Yeah.
ain't got nothing to do with that.
Yeah,
Want some good pussy and some good food. He good.
His focus shifted.
Mariah Mills. I heard she tattooed Zion's name on her face because she's. That girl is just psychotic.
Yo,
She's gonna
man,
end up getting institutionalized behind this because she's just not moving well.
Yo,
What is up
didn't
with
they
this?
say, I don't know, but isn't it the secret only
Yeah.
you're supposed to save an inch? He didn't, bro.
Yeah.
He didn't save nothing.
He touched the bottom.
He
Like,
touched the
y'all
bottom.
can't give it all to him at one time, though.
he
That's what happens.
He went
Touch them on
OceanGate.
their face.
But he got money on top of that. But he should have saved the inch.
I mean, I'm sure she's had the bottom touched. Like,
But not by him.
you know what I'm saying? She just thought she was going to get that bag. Now she's just out of control.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I'm out of topics. Oh yeah, we were supposed to discuss. Okay. Oh, Branson got a topic, but we're done because it's past Buddha's bedtime. It's past the midnight hour. He gonna wait till the midnight
I'm
hour.
not even gonna front, man.
What?
I've been invited to this Egyptian show, and y'all know I love rap. Y'all know I love me some reggae.
What's the topic? What's the topic?
Oh yeah, now we'll get to that next week.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get into that
We said
because I
we saved
can't
that
do
for you.
I
Yeah,
didn't
we-
even pay attention.
We know. We saved it on purpose. We saved it on purpose. We saved it on purpose. We saved it on purpose.
Yeah. Okay. What? We discussed OceanGate. We discussed Russell Simmons. We discussed Larson, Scottie Pippen. We discussed Nicki Minaj. We discussed Umar Johnson, and our final topic was the NBA draft. Why?
We ain't worried about that right now, and that's why you save them.
That's why you're
see what
supposed
I'm
to be
saying?
here.
That's why exactly.
Instead of boning fish at
You
Bonefish.
know what I'm saying? Don't bring nobody nothing.
I don't care about that.
I told y'all I had something to do with buns. He out
I
here
like
boning fish.
Remember the night y'all had the cookout? Everybody had the cookout till I sent that text like somebody bring me something to the job.
Well, I won't come that way. I couldn't
Hey
do it.
man. Hey man.
I did it.
It's all good. Oh, I don't need it because I went and had sandwiches and French fries before I got here.
leftovers. I still had chicken, so I'm fine.
All I
I'm
want to
great.
say before we slide is, white people, just stick to Shark Week. We don't want Titanic Week. We didn't ask for Titanic Week. We just like Shark Week.
Yeah.
We're good with that. Like, so we appreciate all that y'all do for us, but just keep it to Sharks. Like that other shit was crazy. Got to give my girl a shout out because her birthday coming up.
Oh.
8th and Fancy.
Oh yeah, Blue have a birthday.
Yeah, her birthday coming up, so I definitely got to give her a shout out. Sorry I missed the show tonight. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I'll be back next week.
You got anything, boy?
LLP.
All right. Y'all have a good rest of your week.